Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be about installing those Rallyarmor mudguards on the Tesla. I find driving around the Tesla in Toronto, there's a lot of construction going on and a lot of roadworks, and so you tend to drive over like a lot of guff, even though the roads aren't too bad around here. But like any major city, there's always some works going on, so I'm trying to make an improvement to the Tesla by putting the Rallyarmor mudguards on. I did have them on the old Subaru Outback, so if you look back at some of my older videos, and I thought they worked really well. They were easy to clean. I like the fact that they're soft and flappy, so they don't break. If they come in contact with something, they'll just kind of fold over it, things like that. And they are on the pricey side, but I think they're worth it. The only other issue would be, what does it look like? Do you like the look of it? I'm sure some of you hate Rallyarmor mudguards on a Tesla because it's not supposed to be a rally car, of course. But I think it makes it look a little sportier and a little bit more fun, and separates it from other Tesla Model 3s you see on the road. So I'm going to put them on, use this video, and hope you enjoy it. So here's the Model 3 in the sunshine. This is how it came stock. I got that tiny little front mudguard there that came on the car. I suppose they had to give me that. And then there was nothing on the back. Okay, so driving around in the Tesla in the summer, there's still a lot of people building houses and roadworks and stuff, so you never really get a clean car. But this is the Tesla flaps that came with the car. They do okay, right? Not bad. Kind of protects, there's supposed to be this risk under here of it getting damaged. You can see it's not really too far protection. Anyway, gonna have to clean the mud off. This is a little bit on the back too, but there's no mud flap on the back. Okay, here's the back end. I just washed that a little bit. There's no mud guard on here. So this area here is all completely vulnerable to damage. I found a scuff here somewhere. I thought someone had dinged my car already, but fortunately it buffed out. So yeah, don't you just love having a brand new car? I mean, it's great, but there are hazards and stresses. There's no question. I try not to worry too much as I did when I was younger. Okay, so here is the box. By the way, I'm sitting next to my garage in my garden. Isn't that nice? Beautiful day here. So, Rallyarmor, I got these through a company nearby in Kitchener, Ontario, called Park Auto Motorsports, parkautomotorsports.ca. I am not sponsored by these guys, but they didn't have them in stock, but they sent them as soon as they got them, and so they were true to their word, and I got them as expected. So thank you for that. So I've unpackaged these before, and but this was in the box, setting the standard in mud flaps. I've used these before. I quite like them. Like, they're shiny, and I will say they are hard to keep shiny with all the salt and everything in the winter. But they're durable, and you know what? They're super flexy, right? So if you bump into something, or back into something, they're not going to tear. That is the front left. You can get them in different colors on the lettering here. I got the grey to match the car. I think you can get them blank. You'd have to check the website for that, Rallyarmor. There's the front right. Did I say front right? This is a driver's side, front left. Front right. The rear ones are deeper and larger. And you can see that the adjusters, the holes, allow you to adjust them slightly this way. They stick out quite a bit, but then that's where you get your protection from. Now, I fully expect that with these on, I'm going to lose some range. I mean, I can't imagine it being a massive amount, but I do expect that to happen because these will drag in the wind next to the aero wheels. Next there's a bag full of clips. These are fairly heavy duty. These are designed to be no drill, fix onto existing fasteners, and you know, they're probably I'm gonna say 1.5 mil thick steel, and some plastic clips and whatnot. I don't want to go into too much detail. And last of all is this nice instruction sheet, full parts list, some warnings, 2017 plus Tesla Model 3, so dedicated to the car, and cleaning instructions and so on and so forth. I love filming with one hand, don't you? There you go, some nice pictures there, how to get it done, and a full parts list. So here's all the fasteners poured out, and I guess I got a bit of work to do, huh? Okay, the first thing it tells me to do, which makes perfect sense, is to turn the steering wheel towards the side you want it to work on. There we go. So the center piece that comes out like this, and then the other piece comes right out. So there's the pin piece that sits in here and pushes this out, flares that out, right? Well, Tesla just locked on me. And there's a little slot here, you can see, and you have to put your screwdriver inside to pop the pin out first, and then you get behind that and then that pulls out. Pretty straightforward. Okay guys, so I used this slot here, pushed it so that I could push the fender that way a bit, and so it pings out, and you can see that I'm outside of the fender now. So the bolt under here, you see in the B-roll, is a nut. It's a 10 mil. So I got to take that out. The wrench. So this bolt we took out from under here, that's going to go back in. I'm just going to screw it up and leave it. This is the mounting bracket for the front mudguard. I'm going to line up these two holes. Use this area here, I think, for this hook here. And we also have to bend and manipulate this to line up with the curves on here so that it fits nice and flush. And then once we've done that, we'll use the hardware. And we also use these foam doodads to pad in, and this is going to be tucked in behind the fender here. I can feel the back of the fender. So I follow the instructions, got these two screws in, all these, I guess, foam pads. So this is the screw, so I can put it on there, I can put it on there. I'm sure most of you know how to use a socket. Loosely tighten. So this nut here is an 11 millimeter. So this nut, these nuts are 11 millimeter socket. So a wrench, tighten up these. Fit looks quite good. Still not convinced about the bracket behind here. So you're going to have to nip these up pretty tight. But I want these in as far as possible, so I'll loosen it a little bit, push it in. I'm going to tighten the top one. Tighten this one. You see that you don't want to overly tighten them, I guess, because it's deflecting the washer. Tighten up the two screws at the bottom. You just want to nip these up. I mean, it's pretty solid, so I'm not over compressing these. You can see how this kicks up a little bit. This is probably over tightened. These are nylocks. See, the nylock, unless I really tighten this, it's not quite catching, so if that starts to deflect that washer. So I mean, it feels nice and solid now. It's as far in as I can get it. You can see the gap in between, so it's not resting on anything. I think that is in place. Okay, now I got the camera back. So you can see it's all nipped up. The top's a little bit flimsy, but that's the bracket. But if you look from the side, it's got good coverage, right? There you go. So in the back here, there's nothing to remove. Just need to keep cleaning that up. Apologise for the light, it's just the way that the sun is shining. Puts the car directly in the shade. But hopefully you can see that. Like I said, there's nothing to remove except the plugs. Okay, so this is the one that goes on the back. This way. The bracket is like this. And so it's going to have to go up and around in here somehow. This is the pins that come out of the two holes down here, one's further around, but they're smaller than the ones at the front. And again, you just have the little slot here, where there's one on either side so you can access it, and you just pop this back, and once this pops out, the whole thing comes out. So I got this all prepared. This is the first screw that goes in down underneath behind the wheel, and these inserts and these pads, it's an absolute bugger to get these the backing off of these things. Anyway, got it done, so this is going to go in now. Okay, just nipping this up. I'm going to use this little wrench here to nip up the bolt. So I'm just tightening them till, like, basically these plastic washers don't move. I don't want to over tighten them. And then I'll check them later if they're loose. But you don't use these screws. These are the plastic screws that come with those plungers. But you discard them all and use the stainless steel screws on all the fittings. There you go. A bit of a mess. It was a little tricky getting in all the way back here. You have to use sockets and for screwdrivers, like this deal here. Like you get the socket, try and get it. You can wedge it in the tire there just a little bit. See how that's tight? That'll keep tightening and tightening and tightening. And you know, it feels pretty secure. And I pushed them all the way in, so that they don't protrude as much. But let me take you off the camera here. So there you go, right? Fits quite nice, eh? A little bit of a contact here. I'll probably produce some wear. But there you go, that's how it looks underneath. It's kind of nice, huh? And then the front one there. Now you can see all those stainless steel bolts. You can see them a little bit on the back there. But yeah, it kind of gives it a sporty look, doesn't it? So I'm going to do the other side and finish up, and then I'll take a shot of the whole vehicle. Okay, there it is, all done. You can see the stainless steel fittings, but I know it's subtle, but I think that makes it look a little more sporty and unique. Same on this side. And then from the back. I don't know, what do you think? Remember our snowy winters here in Canada. I give some nice protection to the car. I like it. Let me know in the comments if you think you like them, or if there's any better alternatives. I know some people tend to go for some other ones, but I thought I would try these, see how they go. Anyway, job done. I would give it probably 6 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. There's some awkward parts to it. The instructions are a little bit fuzzy. But once you do one side, the other side goes a bit better. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be doing some other content soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye.